So, it's been a while. Let's talk about where I've been. First of all, I want to start with why I disappeared about a year ago, maybe almost 2 years. I don't really know. I want to start with where I've been. So, last year, towards the start of 2025, around January, February-ish, I started competitively playing the newest Call of Duty title, which at the time was Call of Duty Black Ops 6. I started getting really serious with it, and I ended up not having a lot of time for personal projects like Geometry Dash and things like that. Constant practicing and whatnot for competitive stuff. In addition to this, I had just started work with a new company on UI design stuff for some video games, as well as beginning the 4th year of a bachelor's degree in psychology. So I really started to taper off my YouTube and everything and like social stuff around that time. Around, let's say, the September to October area of 2025, last year, I ended up in a situation where my Discord account got suspended because of a situation similar to what happened to Technical JL, which is another prominent member in the community that I associate with. What's happening is, and you've probably seen it on YouTube at some point on channels like No Text to Speech, where someone can report something that you've said or something that they, some conversation that you were involved in, and it'll be reported to Discord staff, and the AI moderation system that Discord has will automatically suspend your account, regardless of the infraction. And your initial suspension, when you go to appeal a suspension, you go through 2 or 3 stages of just pure AI automation or AI moderation and like support messages. I had worked with Discord for a month or 2 on trying to get my account unsuspended, and I ended up never once talking to a single real person. I ended up having to go to the Better Business Bureau, which is, I think it's a North American thing exclusively, but it's basically like a business hierarchy overarching, I don't really know, but it's like the big mega boss. It's like going to the manager basically. But I ended up having to go through the Better Business Bureau, and even then it didn't go anywhere. My situation was a little bit more unique. I ended up having a server that I was in reported because someone had abbreviated creator points or corrupted planet or something that has the abbreviation CP, which when you abbreviate that in Discord, it's just a whole slew of negative things. It flags an AI moderation system automatically. If it gets reported, it's the quickest ban you can think of. It's just terrible for your account, basically, which is what happened in like 2024-ish era, when a bunch of people were getting mass reported and mass suspended for similar things. And so I was never able to recover my account. And I mean, I think that's pretty evident judging by the fact that I've been gone for like half a year now. But I ended up switching to a new platform, which is Telegram. I managed to get a good chunk of my friends switched over to Telegram, but I lost a lot of G contacts and like important community figures from Geometry Dash because a lot of them exclusively use Discord. And so a lot of my projects immediately went on halt. Outside of the other things I was doing between school and esports and a job, it just kind of became a situation where there wasn't much I could do in terms of Geometry Dash. So, simply put, I basically just quit. I basically just entirely stopped playing. And there's been a couple of times where I've considered returning and considered trying to do something, and I've reached out to a couple figures to try to retrieve some of the friends that I didn't quite get over to Telegram, try to find a different way to contact them. One of which was Wooshi, who is the verifier of Corrupted Planet, which we'll talk more on that in just a little bit. But I really just haven't been able to get a lot of my friends and important people back into my realm of communication. And so I haven't really done much in terms of playing the game or doing anything in the game. I've just been kind of hanging out, really. Okay, so let's move on to the next chapter here, which is what am I going to be doing in the future / what's going to happen with the projects I've already, built up. So first of all, I'm sure the first thing that a lot of people in my community are going to worry about are probably a toss-up between two levels, which are Sharpshoota Corridor and Corrupted Planet. Both of which sound so foreign to me because I haven't said those words in like a year. First of all, let's start with Corrupted Planet. Corrupted Planet is a level that was really close to being finished. I'll put some footage up while I'm talking about it of some of the parts that were like almost finished, some of the parts that were finished, some of the new parts. This is basically Corrupted Planet Preview 3, I guess. But anyway, I want to finish Corrupted Planet. I would love to finish it and get it verified and get it uploaded and be done with it. Not out of desperation to be finished with it, but because I made a promise to the community years ago that I'd finish it, and I've just been gone the entire time. Now, the first step to getting that taken care of is getting back in touch with Wooshi. Wooshi is the part that makes this whole thing come true. Wushi's the verifier, and the difficulty hasn't changed. Nothing's changed. It's the same level. But I simply cannot get in touch with Wooshi. So if anybody out there, if Wushi's watching this, or if anybody out there that knows Wooshi would like to help me get in contact, I'll put some various ways to contact me in the description. Some links to my Steam, my Telegram, I put my email in the description. I don't know. I will literally do anything to get back into contact with Wooshi because he's kind of the finishing touch of this whole project. And I don't mean to put that much responsibility on one person, but like, he's also just a cool dude. I miss talking to him. But anyway, I'm not gonna get like super emotional about it. Sharpshoota Corridor. Sharpshoota Corridor is a project that's been on a downhill slope for a very long time, and I won't be afraid to admit that. As much as I had a lot of optimism for it at the start. Towards the end of me playing Geometry Dash before 2.2, it was going fairly well. I had a good scheme of how I wanted it to play out, and I had a good list of decorators. I'm pretty sure I had Kuluk helping me at one point. I had some of the original creators, Rolapak, Flame himself, a couple of other people. I'm pretty sure I even had the original verifier of Gunsling the Corridor to verify Sharpshoota, which is really cool to me because, again, it's just cool to have that kind of thing going on. But again, I've lost contact with all these people. And after 2.2, the level kind of died and then kind of had a surge again. Basically, the state that it's in now, there's a couple parts that are finished and decorated. There's a couple parts that aren't finished. The song is missing. I had a very specific song filed for it, and it's just missing. If I find it again, I'll let you know. But essentially, the level is kind of just in a standstill right now. I don't have enough decorators to tell you that I'm going to finish it and reliably finish it. I know there were high hopes for it. I know a lot of people wanted to see it come to light because the Corridor community, I guess is what they're called, the Corridor community, is a pretty prominent community apparently, and I didn't know that until I started getting into it. When I met some people, I know Unlabel's been doing some things. I know that there's a couple other creators, but anyway, I can't sit here and promise you the Sharpshoota Corridor is ever going to come to light because it just isn't something that's doable right this minute. And maybe in the future, when I get more contacts back and things start coming back, maybe in the future it's possible. But right now, it's just not going to happen. Now, another level that I wanted to talk about is one that I don't think I've announced on my channel yet, but that a lot of people have found that I have connections to, which is the super ultra remaster of Azure Flare, which is being done by me and Kuluk, and that's all I'm going to be able to tell you for right now, because I genuinely haven't played this game in 2 years, and I don't remember the names of anybody. So that's what you get to know. You get me and Kuluk. Congratulations. That's all you get. So Azure Flare. I have a lot of hopes for it. I really hope that I can do something with it after Corrupted Planet. If after Corrupted Planet. I'll put some previews of it up on the screen because I know that's something that's interesting. It's just kind of, again, it's in that Sharpshoota Corridor limbo situation. Not that limbo, like the actual definition of the word limbo. It's in that situation where I don't really know what to do with it. Again, I don't have enough decorators to worry about it. I mean, I had a whole list of decorators, but I don't have access to Discord anymore, and so I can't really do much in terms of levels in this game, let alone something this big. But there's a chance. I want to give it as much of a chance as anything else because it's something that's important to me, and it's something that's important to a lot of you. And so the chances are I can revive it. Chances are I could do something with it. It may not be perfect, but we'll see where it goes. Now, I can't think of any other levels that I would want to sit here and talk about. If there's any information that you want, feel free to say something in the comments, and I'll try to reply to as many comments as I can about the levels and give you some more information. There's no more holding back. There's no more, secret levels, secret project. Ooh, stay tuned for the next preview. I'm just going to tell you. If you ask, I'm going to tell you. You are allowed to know everything about these projects because the chances are none of them are ever going to see the light of day. Except maybe Corrupted Planet. But, I'm saying this out of last-ditch effort. Alright, so what's next is the real question. I want to finish this off with what's next. First of all, I've left some contact information in the description of this video because I think it's going to be beneficial to anybody who wants to get back in touch or keep in touch or whatever. There's a million ways you can contact me, you just have to look for them. In terms of what I'm going to be doing next, Geometry Dash is fairly off the table. I don't know if I'll be uploading here anymore, as between the ThatBlueFox persona and just what I've got going on in life in general, between the job that I do, the games that I'm making, the games that I'm playing, the competitive titles that I'm playing, everything else that I'm doing, school, it's just not viable. It's really not viable. But we'll see. Maybe I'll upload some competitive Call of Duty content. Maybe I'll play Minecraft. I don't know. If that's something that you want to see, again, just leave a comment and I'll see what I can do. I'm not going to make any promises, but as far as anybody is concerned, I'm still here. I'm still around, and I still really appreciate how far I've come, and all of you especially. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for always being there. And thank you for making all this possible. I really wouldn't be here without any of you. All right. Well, I hope that was enough information. I hope that answers all the questions you guys have had. And I hope a lot of you will reach out. I hope to see comments. I hope to see messages. I hope that this gets out there. Thank you again for all of the support. And I'll see you next time. Bye.